Hi guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel, True Sacred Union. I am so excited to do the October reading. Now you'll notice that, I have a pretty crappy voice right now. When I got back from Niagara Falls, I actually got activated quite a bit in our workshop and got pretty sick. I was staying with Marla Kelly and she was bringing me tea in the morning because I was really not feeling well. But I managed to get on my plane, get home, got back to work, and I'm still processing. I'm still integrating the energies, but you know what? I feel great. So I'm so excited because I'm going to do something different for the Sacred Partner, Catalytic Heart Awakening, Twin Flame, Twin Soul, Love Relationship, Sacred Partner, you name it. I'm doing something different for this month, and I'm going to see how it goes into next month. But for October, I'm going to do 2 different readings in one video. All right. So much like the pick a card, I'm going to give you below in the description, you'll see that there's a time code. The first video that I'm going to do is for those of you who consider yourself to be in union. You're either in union in a 3D connection, in other words, you're interacting all the time, or you feel them all the time, you're completely at peace, you know you're together, you're in 5D union all the way. All right. The second reading I'm going to do is going to be for those of you who feel that you would consider yourself in separation. In other words, either by your choice or their choice, you're not communicating. You may feel them sometimes in 5D, but you really don't know what's going on. You don't know if you feel like you're in union. That is going to be the second reading. And what is really cool is I know there's a lot of people out there that kind of feel like they're in between. So you're going to have 2 separate readings for your circumstances. And also, what we're going to do is we're going to have certain questions, all right, that are pertaining to you specifically based on your situation. So this is going to be a really different way of doing things, and I've been inspired for the questions to ask. I'm going to be working with 4 different decks. All right, so I'm going to introduce those briefly in just a moment, but I wanted to have just a minute to let you know what this reading was going to be like. And I also, before we get started, I want to share some of the insights that I'm getting in general when it comes to where we're all at as a collective. Right now, October is an extremely powerful month. I cannot tell you just how important this is. And I want to say, like, one of my favorite movies is Hunt for the Red October. And I know we talk about Red October and I keep getting red alert, red alert. This is go time. All right. So, and I'm chilling on that. I'm so excited about it because many of us have been working so hard, and we're in this year of 2019 as being what I've heard others, and I also consider myself to be like the boomerang or the turning around of the big ship. We're actually going in another direction now, people. I mean, I'm excited about this. And it's not just from a love relationship standpoint. It's from everything. We are talking about seeing some shifts at a global level like we have never seen before. And it's all going to start to become very apparent to all of us. So I am very excited. Just to let you know, I did my first QHHT session. I did it with Marla Kelly. Oh my God, people, I've never really been able to, how shall we say, access like past lives. Like truly, I've had a lot of fears around it. I'm going to definitely be interviewing Marla about that experience. I had Atlantis lifetimes that I had kind of remembered. I got some huge downloads, information for us all on that time period. I had some deep insights. Those are going to start coming out in my Twin Flame series, my 10-minute videos that I'm doing. I don't know how the universe is moving for me to do what I'm doing, but it is, because not only is my digital marketing agency rocking and I've got a lot of business, which is great, I also have tons of ideas for videos for my channel. So I'm playing. I love it. I hope you all are moving more and more into creative expression. I'm hoping to deliver as much information to you as possible. Oh, and it's time for me to announce that, Intuit Oracle, right? My go-to deck. Well, if you haven't seen it, Aria, my friend Kimberly, she is doing a tarot deck. We are launching the Kickstarter program like any moment. It will be within the next 36 hours. And we are so over the moon about it because it's a stellar deck, and she has tapped into her higher consciousness and actually made adjustments to the deck. The size is going to be different than the Intuit Oracle. There's so many things I could tell you about it, but we're not going to take up that time here. Just be on the lookout. And if you would like to be notified the moment the Kickstarter takes off, there's a link below that you can go sign up for the early notification. There's going to be a $33 deck. This is a two-sided tarot deck. It's very, very cool. So if you haven't gotten on that list, please do, so that we can make sure that we let you know as soon as we launch. So we have so many exciting things going on. But what I think I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn to my overhead view so that you guys can see the cards. I'm going to do two completely separate readings. And let's get started. I'm so excited for this. Okay, so we're going to get started here. This is the reading for those that consider themselves to be in union, either in the third dimension, fourth dimension, the physical realm, or you feel like you're completely in union on a fifth dimensional level. So you'll know which one resonates with you. And I'm just going to quickly point out before we get started which oracle decks we're going to be using. I'm sure you've seen these. If you've seen my videos before, you know that these are like some of my really preferred go-to decks. We've got the Shamanic Healing Oracle. We have the Power of Surrender cards. We have the Ascended Master deck from Doreen Virtue. And of course, we have the Intuit Oracle by Aria. So these are the cards that we're going to work with. And the first thing, this is a brand new reading for me, and that I'm going to, I had an incredible time when I was up in Niagara Falls, and I got a great reading from Marla. I'm telling you, that girl, she has got some incredible gifts. I brought her an Intuit Oracle, and she did a reading for me that basically gave me information from the cards that I wouldn't have even seen. So yeah, I was just so impressed. But she taught me a few things about readings. I often use my own intuition, along the road with the cards, but she was showing me a couple of new ways. So I've kind of mixed up my reading a little bit to make it, I think, a little bit more powerful. And I want to give Marla a special thanks. If you've never had a reading by her, I would highly suggest it because she's fantastic. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to focus on you. What is your major healing issue for the month of October? All right, so giving it a nice good shuffle here. Oh, we got a flipper. All right, joy. All right, we're going to take the first card that comes up. This card is joy. This is what you're going to be focusing on healing. So when there's any areas of your life that does not contain joy, this is what we're going to want to heal. Now, I always like to read this. Let's see, this is a 42 card. All right, interestingly enough, wow, there's only 44 cards in this deck, okay? What is the 44th? It's called home, okay? Now, 42 is letting go. 40 or 43 is letting go. 44, 42 is joy. I want to say that I see this almost as the journey. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read this, and you can read along with me if you want to. We are created in joy. The balance of energy and higher vibrations brings us closer to divine love, pure joy. Joy can be a destination, but it can also be the vehicle that you use to get to the destination. Faith, grace, gratitude, love, all merge together at different times and in different amounts to create joy. There is love, growth, tears, change, and self-realization in this card. This card portends a happy and joyous time. So, anything that is not aligned with joy is going to be what you are healing. So we are getting ready to move into a state of healing. Now, what we can do now is look at what do you want to surrender, right? What are we going to surrender in order to move into joy? Okay, so let's give the cards a quick shuffle. And let's find out what specifically we might be able to release. Those of you that feel you are really like in union of some kind or another. And it's so funny. There's a collective that does. Whether they are with that person. All right, we've got a card. I'm going to take no, you know what? I'm not going to do that. That was just too many cards at once. There is a group that are basically saying, yeah, I'm in union. I may not talk to them. I may not see them, but we both know that we are in union and we don't need to be together right now. It doesn't matter. But if there's a union between 5D and there's definitely a group that's out there doing that. So, and I did keep the autofocus on in my camera this time. So we may end up, I'm just going to flip the top card. Surrender to success. Isn't that interesting? Because a lot of you who have been on this path and feel you're on union, on the track to union, have been telling me that you are working on your creative expression or you're working on something of your own that has kept you in a space of complete, I want to say, happiness within self, okay? This is what's going to be your joy, is to surrender to success. So you're ready, and I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, I'm ready to experience abundance. You don't need to look at previous roadblocks or difficulties, all right? Now is the time to leap into exciting new worlds of possibility. And there is how we work on healing anything that's not aligned with joy. We have to surrender to success. That is freaking fantastic, and I love those cards. All right, so we're going to put these up here. This is for you who is watching this. We're going to find out what the energy is between you and your partner right now. And the thing is that, whether or not you are actually speaking to each other in the 5D or in the 3D, or whether you're in complete separation, it does not matter. As we've just said, we are going to take a look at, let me see here. Why do I have these separated out? I didn't mean them to be, because I think I've got my timing cards set aside. All right, I don't know why I did that. And I'm going to give these cards a quick shuffle. And I'm not gonna make them super loud. I know that some people find it very irritating to do the shuffle. I'm gonna try to be cognizant, but I am gonna do one bridge shuffle. Just have to, because I can with these cards. I love it. And the new cards, the new tarot cards, are actually gonna be that kind of card that you can shuffle just like this. It's gonna be a bigger card. Excuse me. I will, I'm sure, have coughing spells. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see what the universe has in store. All right. We'll try to find out what is the energy between you and your partner. Okay? So we've shuffled that a bit. Let's see if we can get asked for 3 cards, please. I read these cards in 3s. And I may just pull some. We will see. So we're looking for the energy between you and your beloved. There's one. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, my gosh. I got this card. I got this card when Marlo did my reading. That first card. Look at this baby. Heart. You're feeling love and romance and bliss. All right. There's one. Let's see what else we got. There's another flipper. Start of the season. Woohoo! We're getting the party started. That's the main energy. All right? Oh my gosh, I'm getting chills. And there we go. There's the last one. Actually, you know what? I've got two. And I'm going to take this one. And I'm going to take, all right, I'm gonna read these two together because those were definite flippers, both of them. All right. Let's see. All right. So what is the energy between you and your partner? We are at the start of a season. All right. We are, and just so you can see, the butterfly and the garden came up. Okay. These two that came up together. I'm just gonna go ahead and put them together. So basically, you are moving into that first phase that you went through when you connected, the original energy patterns, the start of the season. I mean, how much more clear can that be? That's one of the reasons why I put the focus on, is so that I can show you these cards as they come up. All right? This is getting the party started. This is going back to the beginning, the original connection. That is awesome. Okay, thank you. And look at this to go along with that. What is that? That is heart. All right? You've got love. You have bliss. You have affection. Forgiveness is sitting right there too. So you're actually coming right back in to that space of loving energy between you, the fulfilling energy that started with that first connection. There has been a major metamorphosis with the butterfly, okay? This has, I'm just going to tip this a little bit and see if I can get a better view, all right? You have had some evolution in your soul. You have had some shifts and changes. You are now the butterfly. All right. So this energy between you means that there has been a metamorphosis. And guess what? It is more than likely getting time for this union to come out into the open and become public knowledge. Society joined, being together. And for those of you who are together, I would say this: you are starting to be more visible to others. You are starting to create crowds around you. People are being drawn to you to experience your connection, to bathe in the light of your union. All right? You are now having a bigger audience following you. I'm sorry, I have to say this, Sandra and Alan, this card, this is what I'm getting. This is for those twins that are in physical union. This is the energy that's going to be there. There has still, no matter what your situation has been, there is a big, huge evolution of the one soul is what I'm getting. All right. So here we go. This is the energy between you, the two of you right now. Oh my God. This is so flippin' exciting. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put these cards up here. I think I'm going to slide this card over here. And you know what? I am going to find a piece of quartz and I am going to amplify all of that energy right there, because guess what? That is freaking awesome. All right. So what should you be focusing on in October? We're going to look at what do we want to be focusing on. This is you, the person that's watching. What do you want to be focused on right now? Let's just see it. Almost had a jumper. Takes a little bit more time sometimes to get that jumper, but I'll tell you what, it's a lot of fun. All right. Wow, I cannot believe that. Those energies between you right now. How is that for union? I don't care if you're seeing it on the 3D or not. If you know that one right there, okay. All right, interesting. All right, we've got 2 cards here. This one is the one I saw first. I'm going to put it here. Okay? Wow. All right, I'm already seeing. So the first card that jumped out is Island. This is what do you need to be focused on? All right, and we've got Neptune, the ruler of enlightenment. All right, we're looking for one more card that gives us the answer. There it is. What's this card? The element of fire. Wow. All right, this is crazy. All right, so what should you be focusing on in October? Here's the card. The energy of this is like, wow, expansive energy of being in your higher self. Look at that beautiful, gosh, I wish I could remember what that's called when they do those, the things from the fabric. I know someone who knows this answer. Please put it below. But this is your spirituality. This is your inspiration. This is your dreams. This is your enlightenment. This is what you're focusing on right now. And guess what? You may be doing it a little bit by yourself. And you may be doing, this may mean that you start doing a few things that, if you're actually in union, you might find yourself, just handling some things on your own. But it's not a bad energy at all. I mean, I feel a very, very positive energy when combined with this. This might just be, it's a time for you to spend just a little bit of time by yourself, okay? But in perfect inspiration, using your intuition. In other words, honing in and strengthening on your individuality within your union, all right? And we also have the element of fire. Look at that. Whoa. Sorry. It jumped. All right, so let's look at this. This is when my camera wants to do all kinds of funny things, and I want to trick it into, all right, pay attention and tune in. Tune in. All right? So we've got the element of fire. There's your creative self. It's a larger than life energy. It's very inspired. So we have 2 cards of inspiration. October is going to be an incredibly creative. And you know what? That may be a little bit why you spend a little bit of time. I don't even want to say apart because, it doesn't have to even be like you could be sitting in the same room. All right? And you're just doing separate things. But your energy is still there. It's still that complete union energy. All right? So that is what you should be focusing on October is your creativity, your inspired creations, your own dreams. Okay? And that's coming through really, really strongly right now. Now, what would your partner like to tell you on higher levels? Okay, so even if you are talking daily or all the time, maybe there's a message of some kind that your partner wants you to know. What is it that your partner wants you to know? All right, hang on. I got too many cards. I do like the twin flame card there, but I got too many cards and they all came out in one fell swoop. Don't feel comfortable with it. If any of those cards come out again, okay, we've got a couple flippers here. Interesting. All right, hang on a second. Need one more card. What is, oh, wow. All right. All right, wow. I'm getting more. Okay, let's just see what this third card is. The first card that came out was the Scythe, which is about sudden things. And when people see the Scythe, they think, oh, it's the Grim Reaper. No, it's actually, I think of the Scythe as being an extremely good positive card most times, unless it's paired with something bad, which nothing is bad, actually. It's just the perspective. All right, so come on. Just need one more card. This is it right here. Can feel it. Huh. Okay. So what would your partner like to tell you on higher levels? And this they can verbalize it to you if you are in complete union. This is maybe what they're saying to you. If you are in communication but you don't have a lot of deep conversation, this may be what they're trying to say to you. And if you're in complete 5D union, and you just don't have physical conversations, you may find that this is what they're trying to tell you. All right. The central card is very powerful. I want to say it's almost like a leadership card. It is a card about like, think about the person who is extremely strong, the person who is looking over you, making sure that you are nurtured because of the mama bear energy, but also protected. Okay. It's also a very affluent energy. So it's a very prosperous energy. So that's where we get like the boss and the CEO and the affluence. All right. So from a, when you're in union and you're working together as an economical unit, this is a very powerful card saying that this is how I see us right now, working together, leading a really good operation, and that there's going to be some unexpected or liberating surprises. And I don't know if this person is the one that's going to bring you those things, but he or she is definitely telling you that expect some really, really good things. There's some really great things coming. If there's anything that you don't want in your union, it is going to be cut. It'll be gone. It's going to be released, all right? And it will come as such a great relief and surprise to you. It might be quite unexpected, but it's all along the lines of this overarching energy of security. There's a lot of security that goes along with affluence, or the protective, powerful energies that can be given. And look at this. They also want you to know that that they're not worried. They're not worried about anything. They can tell that the energy that's been in the past, you're moving past it. You're moving beyond it. There's the birth of a new. Some of you might, if you're young and you're still able to have children, you might actually be, he might be actually saying to you, I want to have a son. I want to move into that space with you. But look at again, prosperity. We got affluence and we got prosperity. They're telling you, hey, look what we got coming. Isn't this incredible? So let's just take that leap of faith. Let's just go into this energy and let's be prepared for any of this incredibly great, wonderful things that are coming. And we don't even know what they are, but they're sitting right there and we trust that it's there. So that right there is what they would like to say to you on a higher level. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply make room, a little bit of room, and we're still going to amplify these cards, but I definitely want to move these to the side here, because what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at your counterpart over here. All right, so let's continue to do this. I'm telling you, in fact, I'm going to, just for right now, I know exactly what I'm supposed to do. Here's some crystal. And, all right, this right here is selenite, a selenite disc. I hope it doesn't add too much weight. Just for right now, I'm going to charge this. This is access to your higher self. So while we're going into the energies of creativity, inspiration, we're going to charge that just a little bit with the higher self connection. And in the meantime, we are going to use quartz to absolutely amplify, right? Amplify anything, that is of this positive nature in this reading. And the other thing I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and right here, I'm going to go ahead and put some amethyst. Let's clear out anything that is not going, that's going to get in the way of this energy here, which is your joy. All right? All right. Now we're going to go to your partner. So let's go ahead and grab the healing deck. Let's find out what the counterpart, what their major healing focus is going to be. Okay? All right. And I knew this was going to end up being a little bit of a longer reading, but I wanted to keep these two readings together because I truly know that some of you honestly are like feeling like you're between he, she, they are working on healing sexual energy right now. I don't think I've ever gotten that card. In all the time I've been using this, I have not gotten that card. Now, okay, so, and I'm going to read that, but I'm going to see what is it that they need to release and surrender in order to work on that healing issue. Okay? Let's see what comes up. Love working with these two cards because they go, that's it right there. You see it? It's going to flip. That's it. Frustration. They need to surrender frustration. Okay? So there's sexual energy going on there, and they have been experiencing frustration around it, all right? Before we go into that, I'm going to go ahead and get the book because I want to read about the sexual energy, all right? So the sexual energy is the 25 card. In the purest sense, sexual energy is not an energy to be expanded from you. It is a state to reside in. The first and second chakras are the root of our sexual feelings. When you use this very potent energy to manipulate people and situations, you're doing a huge disservice. When you expand your life force energy up from your first two chakras and incorporate the energy from your heart and crown, you can experience the most complete and divine experience of sexual energy possible. This doesn't even have to include another person. When you can merge your connection to Creator with your connection to the earth, without any filters or blocks, which of course that's what we're always working on, between the two of you, you will experience a complete and true connection. We act as the conduit between the heaven and the earth. And when we can put ourselves into this energy at any given time, we are not tempted to use our sexual energy in a way that feeds our need for validation, nor are we easily manipulated by another's outpouring or outputting of sexual energy. I love this card. This card is asking you to look at where your sexual energy is directed in your life. So this is what your counterpart is working on, okay? Now, and I want to just show this card. Look at that. They love horses too. So that is amazing. Let's look at the frustration. Frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so you may approach the situation more calmly. So it sounds like your divine counterpart is having to literally surrender any frustration that they're having around their sexual energy. All right? And what we're going to do, I'm going to double whammy this. We are going to actually have amethyst, and this is a gold-flecked obsidian. And the gold-flecked obsidian, I want to see if I can show you. Let's see if I can find it. Right here, the eyeball. See it? There's an eyeball. Actually, I think it's like a seeing stone. All right, so that's what we're going to do. Now let's just dive in. We're going to try and keep this, from getting too intense in terms of time. All right, so the first question is there anything you can do to help them move forward in this? Okay, and, ooh, wow. We got the rings. Okay. This is partnership. You can help them. That's the first card. Gosh, I'm loving this reading, guys. And just as I said it said 27 on this particular piece of my recording. So I'm catching the numbers. 9 and a 9. All right, another card for me. What can you do to help? We've got 2 cards. All right, transformation and the sun. Wow. All right, so what can you do to help them? Pluto, the great revealer. This is the transformation card, of course, as a phoenix. All right, what can you do to help? You can clear and purge any energy that you have around sexuality. Okay? You can definitely surrender any stuff that you have around this subject. Okay? Because that's what we're really talking about, is their healing and what can you do from your side. So you need to, and this is perfect because this is the transformation. This is what we reflect in a counterpart. Any unhealed things are literally projected onto them. So it's saying that go ahead and do what you can to heal your, clear and purge your stuff around sexual frustration and sexual energy and the use of it. All right? You are able to help them. Okay? This is a partnership card. This is one that is trust. Okay? This is an alliance of 2 souls. You can do something to help them. And again, this is about your own self-realization about this particular energy. This is a very powerful success card, vitality around it. So what I'm getting here when you pair these 2 cards together is that you have the green light to go ahead and help this person. And how can you help them? You can help them transform anything you have inside yourself. But I also want to say, those of you who are speaking and everything, you can actually talk about it. You can actually sit down with them and work on this with them, which is, and listen, if that's the 5th dimensional, that's the 5th dimensional. If you can have conversations together about it, you're given the green light to do that. All right? What is the status of any karmic soulmate connection that they have? And this is if they have any. If you're in full union, this could be a brother, sister, mother, it doesn't necessarily have to be a karmic partner. But if they're not with you right now, or they happen to still be in their loving relationship, or whatever other kind of relationship they're having. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the first card is, what's the status of their connection? They're having some problems right now. That's what the mountain is saying. Okay? So, this is for people who are actually with their twins, and you're talking about the focus of another. It's still a problem. You're still having a problem with this person. Okay, so whoever it is you're thinking of in terms of someone that's in your life, that's affecting your relationship, that's what you want to focus on. And there's obstacles there right now. I'm getting big obstacles right now. Okay? Big obstacles. A mountain is big obstacles. It's a big barrier for them. Okay? All right. And we just need a couple more cards. This is one, because I can feel it. Oh my God, it's a stalemate card. And the third is the solution. Oh my gosh. Kimberly, I love you. I love your cards. This is always so incredible when a reading starts moving and I just start getting information, and I just got a 3131, right? And on my timer. So that's a 4-4. So the angels are with me right now. Right now, in their situation, they are at an absolute stalemate. There is no way out of this situation. Now, this is if you are in union, and this is someone, it could be someone you're living with together with them. It could be someone that's a family member. Whoever it is you're focusing on in this connection with your partner, that person, your partner is in a stalemate with this other person. So if you're in 100% union, it doesn't matter. If you're in 5th dimensional, ask about this energy, 100% stalemate. This is a block. This is a holdout. There is no ability to compromise on this, and it's a huge problem. So you want to know where this union is going and all of this energy, of all of this positive energy. Look at what's going on in their connection, in their soul connection. Now, It's also paired with the key, which means in this stalemate, there is clarity. There is the means to unlock something. You cannot see something and solve it unless you, well, let's just say that again. You can't unlock it or see it if you're not able to see with clarity. You can't make any changes. But what this key is bringing in this stalemate, in this situation, the stalemate is being the obvious solution, right? There's a genius in that. If you didn't have the stalemate, you wouldn't know the solution. Contrast, contrast, contrast. That's what happens. All right? So, what's got to happen? There's a problem. Look at this. Okay, I want you to see this. Problem, solution. Do you see that? Problem. I know it's not quite as clear as I'd like it to be. Problem, solution. Guess what is happening? The solution is coming from this stalemate. So what you need to know is that whoever your partner is having a hard time with that's affecting you, whether that's a neighbor, whether it's a parent, or whether it's their karmic spouse, or whether it's their boyfriend or girlfriend or whoever it is, their standoff is delivering the problem and the solution. Oh my God, you just cannot make this stuff up. This is just incredible. All right, so the next question I want to say is, does your partner need anything from you right now? Now, some of you who are talking, they might not even be saying anything to you of what they need, okay? Even if you're in full union. They might not be communicating with you and telling you exactly what they need in this connection, whether it's a neighbor or whether it's a parent or whatever. But let's see, what does this person need from you right now to help them through this whole thing? This is so good, guys. This is like green light, move it forward. Can't even begin to tell you how happy I am with these cards. All right, fierce, assertive. They need you to tell them what you're thinking. And that does, if you're in 5D connection, you tell them what you're thinking. If you're in 3D connection, you tell them what you're thinking. This is fierce. Got too many cards on this one here. Hang on. Just going to keep going. This is the Wolverine. Power struggles. Get involved. Get assertive. Be possessive. Tell them what you know. You need to. Tell your mother to back off. Whatever it is. They need you to show up in your Wolverine self. That's the first card. Whoops. Sometimes this is why I like working with an arch of cards that I just sort of spread out. But guess what? Oh my God. Okay. Interesting. We got 3 animal cards. What do they need from you? All right. We got the Wolverine. We already looked at. We got the raccoon. What's the raccoon? The raccoon is the problem solver. And I'm sorry, I'm really trying to get these cards to crispen up for you, and it seems that it wants to, for whatever reason, be clear down here. So anyways, the raccoon is the problem solver. And we've got some snake energy here. So let's see I'm not really sure exactly what the snake energy has to do with this, but I'm going to go into it anyways. Your main card in this, 3 cards right here, right? The main card is the raccoon. The raccoon is the creative problem solver. So this is pretty obvious. Speak up, solve the problem. If you're in full union and you're talking, you're literally given the green light to just speak up. Say what's on your mind. Help them solve the problem. Help them get past that stalemate. Okay? Because you are extremely creative and resourceful. So they need you to help them with whatever you can. Now, I'm going to say this. If there is any, and this is what the snake energy represents to me, if there is any feelings that you are not expressing, or any hidden jealousies that you have, or if you are giving them the silent treatment over this person, whether it's the mother, the neighbor, the karmic partner, whatever, they need you to put that aside. They need you to get rid of that, because that is not helping them at all. So what does your partner need, if anything, from you right now? Be a problem solver, ask the questions, show up in your assertiveness, let them know what you know about their power struggles, and be there, okay? Just be there. If you got any of this energy going on, you need to check it at the door, and then that means you have some work to do right there. Okay? All right. So now what we're going to do, this reading is going to be extremely long, I can tell. But you know what? Once a month, I don't think that's a problem. And if you want the other reading, or you know what? This is what I find. If this is going too slow for you, put me on double time and it'll go blip, 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 and you'll get all the information. I have to do that a lot because I get super, super busy. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to find out if there's any timing issues that you need to be aware of, okay? So we're going to talk about, we're going to pull a timing card, and then we're going to look at what the timing relates to, okay? I'm going to just go ahead and turn it over. Okay, 2 to 4 weeks. So there's something that's going on in the next 2 to 4 weeks, which does have to do with October, which is kind of nice. I don't know what would happen if it said 6 months down the road, which it could because it's January. But we're going with the 2 to 4 weeks. All right, now we're going to pull 2 other cards, and we're going to find out what exactly this is the timing revolves around. Okay, oh, there goes one. The owl, and oh, okay, on his side this, and on your side that. All right, so on his side we have, for in the next 2 to 4 weeks, things are going to feel kind of complicated. They're going to feel a little aggravated, tied up in their situations, and that could be really annoying for them. All right. But you know what? I mean, look at it in terms of some of the stuff they're going through from the sexual energy standpoint from this, and look at this card lines right up with the problems, right? Now look at you. Sees through the facade. The owl sees through all the BS. So you're going to be the observant party over this next 2 weeks. You're going to be exploring some of the areas that relate to this conundrum that he finds himself, finds themselves in, okay? So, but you're the wise owl, so you're going to see through all the BS that's going on, and this is where you're going to want to show up, all right? And this also, look at this, how I line these cards up. If you're in this energy, that person is going to be annoyed as hell. They're not going to like it. So that's why it's really important that you check that. And right here, the solution is to get rid of that. But in general, these 2 cards here, this is what you show up, because you have a way of seeing everything. You can see it more clearly. And you're really working together more as a team, is what I'm getting, on an energetic level or on the physical level. You're actually working more together than you ever have been. So this does not surprise me that for the first 2 weeks of the month, you're going to actually be able to be instrumental in helping. All right, so the last thing that I want to do for this reading is pull an Ascended Master card. This is, and it's so funny, I always think MasterCard, like MasterCard Visa. What is it that higher self wants you to know? All right, higher self coming from your Ascended Master connection of whatever variety and kind. We're about to find out. Let's see. Come out of the closet. Very interesting. So this is saying to you both that in union, it is time for you to be that power couple that you have always known that you are. All right. And if you're in full union, coming out of the closet means it's time to connect with the more people. You need to be more open. You need to be there because there is so much going on right now. All right. And people need you. They need your energies. Now, coming out of the closet here means whatever situation that you're in, all right, whatever situation that you're in, this needs to become more open, all right? You need to, with each other, you need to be talking more to each other. This is where this comes from. So whatever the situation is, if it's an in-law or if it's a roommate that you're with this person, whatever it is, you need to come out in the open about it more. All right? I'm going to pull these cards in, and I am just going to, let's see, sum up this reading. I think it's pretty clear. I don't know how much more clear this can get. This is a recipe for success. I am so excited about this because what we're talking about in October, this was what I was getting, is that those of you who are this, I'm in union at some level. I know that I'm at union. I know that I'm connecting with this person. It is all, the energy is all about the right things. Okay, there's such a beautiful balance of what's going on with things. And while you're over here, working on your own stuff, the other person's over here working on their own stuff. And they're having to sort through some issues of what's happening on karmic and soulmate level relationship, regardless of what kind it is. And you're over here really, really focusing on the spirituality of your own stuff, your own creation, your own inspiration. You got great freaking energy going on. You got prosperity and abundance. You've got your abilities to come out and say what you mean. You may have a little bit of toying with this kind of energy. You need to get rid of that. But look you've got solutions coming in. You have partnership and agreement in dealing with issues. This is more of a partnership than it's ever been. Okay, this is more of moving into those higher vibrational frequencies in your connection. This is about getting more out there in public, getting more out there in that people understand this kind of energy. All right? You're working on joy here and success. I don't know what could be better. I was going to say I put here my aqua aura cross, not cross, well, it's kind of like a cross, but it's a sword. Because what I want to do is do this. Hey, let's cut through all this crap right here, and let's cut through this crap. I was thinking I would be using this a lot more, but guess what? It's not necessary because there's so much stuff. Now, all right, what we're going to do here, let me just do one last thing. Okay, they're telling me go ahead and use Organite. Thank you, Barbara. I do use my Organite. My friend Barbara sent me this. Organite. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put it right on that stalemate. We are going to blast the crap out of that right now and get rid of these obstacles for the coming month. 2 to 4 weeks. There's that month. This is it. So anyways, I really hope that you enjoyed this reading. I am going to just take a quick pause, clear it up, and then we're going to come back and we're going to do the other reading and we'll queue up the time. For those of you who feel you're in separation, let's see what the cards have to say for you. I am just floored and amazed by these cards. Okay, now we're going to do our second reading, and the first card that we are going to use is the Shamanic Healing deck. So this, let me remind you, this portion of our video is for those of you who feel that you are in whatever way separated. Okay, so that's either physical separation, or that can be, or you can see each other every day and just feel like you're not together. Any kind of separation. If you identify with the concept of separation in any form, this reading might be for you. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do, and this could be also people that have like no 3D communication at all. You may feel them sometimes. I'm not even gonna let that jump right now, because what we're doing right now is, let me see here. We're gonna find out what your major healing issue is for the month of October. And I'm going to assume that you saw the beginning of the reading, of the other reading. If you haven't, go back and do that, because it does sort of explain how I'm laying out the cards for this reading. And I will put that like number at below so that you know where that starts as well. So this card right here is for the person who's watching this video from your own perspective. And this is what you are going to be working on healing. So let's get a jumper, or I may just not. There it is. Every time I say that. Feminine energy. So you are healing feminine energy. All right, I'm going to go ahead and read this from the Shamanic Healing Book. This is a number 17. And 17 is a powerful number. I love the number 17 for many, many reasons. It is an 8, and I am an 8 life path, so I like it for that reason. But let's go ahead and read this now. Darkness, the moon, the tides, the quiet gestation before the chaos, the void. These are all aspects of the feminine energy, passive, waiting, gestating, and nurturing. It is the opposite of the prior card, which I guess is masculine. I'm right. And it's so very different, yet the perfect companion. Perhaps you have yet to find your feminine side. The life you're leading right now has given you opportunities to embrace this part of you, but between the two opposing energies, feminine energy is the harder one to embrace, possibly for you. It requires trust and a lack of fear, trust that all is as it should be, and the absence of the fear of things not getting done. Perhaps in the past, you'd been hurt when you were embracing your feminine energy, physically or mentally. This was the free will of the other person who hurt you. It was not caused by being who you were. Do not let the actions of another dictate who you need to be. Examine your feminine side. Become friends with her again, or yourself if you're a man. Alternately, this card represents an important woman in the seeker's life. But we'll just go ahead with the first part, because this is about healing that feminine energy. So those of you who are in separation right now, there is a very good chance that you are working on your feminine energy. And we're going to go ahead, and I put these cards away for some silly unknown reason. Because I'm tidy and I'm a neat freak, and that's my masculine energy trying to keep control of stuff. We've got what we're already doing. We are going to surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. All right? How easy was that? So letting go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. Isn't that what we were just talking about? Then you can, it's interesting. It says, then you can your own power. I think there's a word missing from this card. Why do I always find typos? It's so funny. Then you can embrace your own, Deborah Ann. Then you can own your power. Okay, so my brain is just not reading right. Then you can own your own power and soar in your life. So we're going to be working on the feminine energy, and somewhere along the lines, you must be identifying more with masculine energy than feminine energy. And this is all about bringing things into balance. So during this powerful month of October, that is what we are going to be working on. Those of us who are resonating with this particular part of the reading. So what is stopping you from being in communication in the 3D? What is stopping the flow of communication? We got another in the same space. We've got the cardinal signs, which is the start of the season. This showed up in the first question of the other reading for those of you who have been in union. Oh my gosh, would it not be the weirdest thing if we had the same reading? And it may happen. Who knows? All right. So that's one card. This is what's stopping you from being in 3D connection. If you find yourself completely out of communication with that sacred counterpart, let's find out what it is. There's one. Boy, that one jumped right out. We got beginnings again. All right. So, what is stopping you from being in communication? There we go. All right, we've got the squirrel. We have 3 different cards. We've got the cardinal signs, the child, and then the squirrel. Okay? All right. Well, the squirrel says that there's some secretive stuff going on. There's some miscommunications. I don't know if you have energy that is feeling like you want to scold them a little bit for not doing something. This squirrel energy can be kind of maybe keeping them a little bit at bay if they're at bay. Maybe it's you though. Maybe you're the one keeping yourself at bay, being secretive, not really wanting to communicate right now. But we're talking about what is stopping you from being in communication. And I want to say, it's almost, okay, I'm getting it. It's like your energy is, you're not understanding that you're creating some of this. In the nature of the child, they don't always understand why things are happening. I want to get these cards a little bit more clear. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can get good focus. For some reason, the camera just loves to focus on my nails instead. And I'm like, stop. All right. So anyways, it might be a little bit of your own innocence that you're creating some of this separation yourself. All right. And, it's so funny. This is, again, the original base start of a situation is to not really understand where it's going. All right. So I do feel like the energies of this is a little bit along the lines that you are literally stopping you from being in communication just by not being aware that you are doing it. Does that make sense? You don't maybe know, like you're in the innocent place where you don't know that you're creating your reality. And you could be doing it through, how your energetic talk is with yourself about this person, scolding them for not doing this or not doing that, or scolding yourself for not doing this or not doing that. All right. And being frugal with your own communication, being limited with your own communication. And this is actually I want to say this is the start of the separation, is when we don't see how we're creating separation. So that's kind of how I see the start of the season. It's like back to the beginning when you might have forgotten, hey, I'm creating my own reality. All right. So the next question is, what can you do to remove the barriers that you have to love, which may just be you're not knowing, right, that you are instrumental in creating the separation. And that is very common. So please, if that's you, don't beat yourself up. Most of the time on this path, we're really hard on ourselves. But it's interesting. I am beginning to see that the experiences just from the many, many different connections that I have with people who are in union and who are not in union, I'd say the major difference is that the people who consider themselves in union pretty much realize that they are responsible for creating it. In other words, whatever they're not doing or whatever they're doing is what's going to be the problem. So we have some flying out cards here. And again, going back to the question, what can you do personally to remove any barriers to love at this time? Well, isn't that interesting? What do we have as a central? We got baggage. We got burdens. We have shame. We have guilt. But the appearance of this particular card in this reading is saying, this is great. You are now beginning to see that that you've got some more stuff that you need to work on. This is part of getting you back in communication. All right. I love, though, it is combined with the clock, which means it's all in perfect timing. All right. I mean, it's like you are doing everything in the right way, in the right time, and the universe is delivering you. So it does look like maybe in October, you are going to be releasing some of the stuff that is keeping you from being in your state of union where it's materializing on the material level. I am picking up that some people actually are, and you know what? Maybe those people aren't even watching this video. But if you're watching this video and you've kind of given up on your connection, I'm getting a message for you that it's understandable that you want to give up on your connection, but just understand that you are creating that separation. And if you just allow, yourself to go back into, I want to say the past, to go back into the belief system that eventually all of this works out no matter what the outcome is, if you allow yourself to commit again to the perfect timing of it all, it doesn't have to stay in separation. And if that means there's another person, it doesn't matter, but you'll be able to stop the lack of communication or the lack of being in some kind of union is what I'm getting. The other thing that you can do to remove the barriers to love is to become much more determined to make your dreams come true. Again, it goes right along with what I just said. Commit again to making things true, making them real for you. I believe that some of this stuff has been working against you. So if you're willing to do some releasing, you're willing to surrender some of these outdated beliefs about yourself and embrace some of your feminine energy in a stronger way, this is a very, very good sign during this period of time. Your persistence is going to pay off. That's what the beaver does, right? They're industrious. They keep going. So maybe right now, if you're not experiencing a union or you consider yourself in separation, maybe that is just because you've given up your persistence in it. And listen, I don't want to emphasize going into a relationship over getting into balance within yourself, but it is about becoming balanced with yourself that enables your connections to move forward. And sometimes it seems easier to say, I don't want that connection. I like being in separation because it's easier, because then it makes it easier to stay where you are, but it also, it can stand in your way from you making decisions to actually really focus on yourself, because it takes a great deal of focus on yourself in order to come into union is what I'm getting, right? So what should be your focus right now to create your preferred connection? And it's 1414 on my little timer right now. So I'm getting a 5-5, which is change. It's so funny because I never even noticed that little timer or anything. And 3 times in this reading, I've gotten just my eyes got drawn to it right at that time. So what is it you should be your focus to create your preferred connection? Okay, so I want to say that this represents, it can be you or the other person, depending upon if you are masculine or feminine, if you are a man or you are a woman. I would say that if you are a woman and your sacred partner is a man, this would be speaking about that other person, all right? If you are, how do I say this? If you are a man, this would be you. If you're very masculine, this might be you. But I read this as being the other person for me, because I am a heterosexual female. So I would read that as, I hope that makes sense. This isn't about sexuality, but it's what I'm being told. What should you be focused on right now to create your preferred connection? Well, the first thing that comes up is, hello, focus back on this person if this person is that real person to you. Look at the second card that came up. I'm going to take the other two and I'm just going to put them back in. This was the card that I saw first. And look at this, the man and the woman, and look at how they're appearing. Her back is to him. All right, their backs are to each other. This is creating separation. So what should you be focused on right now? Let's see what card is given us for you. So really, it's funny. It doesn't matter if you're a man or you're a woman in separation. It does not matter if you are gay, if you are straight, whatever. There is both. You are one of these people. So the universe is saying, let us make this very clear. This is about you. What should your focus be on? Number one, focusing on yourself. Number two, focusing on the connection. And oh my gosh, you need to work on whatever is worrying you or stressing you out about the connection. All right? So the central, it's funny. This actually came out second. So I'm going to use this as the central card, although I was tempted very much to use this, the mice card. The mice card is about stress and worry, okay? It is about not being satisfied with where you're at this time. And it is about, when you feel stressed, you don't feel really good. You feel a sense of loss, a sense of deterioration, and you're not feeling really great. So what should your focus be on right now? All right. Yourself, no matter which one you are, because it could be either one. All right, yourself, the other person, and releasing whatever anxiety and stress you have that you're not dealing with in this connection. Okay? Whatever stress you're dealing with. You cannot deal with the other person's stress except to deal with your own stress, because it's always a projection of you anyways. So if you can work on dealing with your own stress, you're going to have a significant impact on that union, because it's going to impact both of you. Okay. I'm trying to see if I'm getting any other information right now. I think that's about it from these particular cards. So now we're going to go into the counterpart, and we're going to find out what is the healing focus for your counterpart. That person that you are in separation with, what is it they're working on right now? I really like this healing deck. I can tell though, the shininess of the cards is just blowing out my focus. It's all right. It's just like real life. Sometimes we can see things clearly and sometimes we can't, right? All right, there we go. What are they working on? Abundance. Interesting. So if you're in separation from this person, what are they focusing right now? They're focusing on creating some kind of abundance. All right? And what do they need to do? What do they need to release on in order to work on that? I'm glad I have a cup of tea here. This has turned out, like, between the two readings, this is quite a lengthy reading, but I felt very, very dedicated to making sure that, this reading was what I was called to do. So I'm doing it. Hey, I know a lot of people that put out really long readings. Like I said, this is just another reminder. You can fast forward through my shuffles. You can just double time it. That's what I like to do. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just pull one. Surrender the drama. All right? So, we're going to read these two things. I'm going to go into the shamanic. Where is it? All right. Interesting. I'm not finding. Oh, it's in here. No, it's not. Well. Huh. The universe is saying, no, you aren't either. You are not going to read. Here it is. Sorry. All right. So we are talking about, this is a number 13, so it's abundance, and we're going to go to the number 13 card, and we're going to read about this so we understand a little bit about what they're going through. Abundance takes on many forms: material possessions, friendships, excellent health, emotional stability, unique experiences. When you lock yourself into a narrow view on what defines abundance, you lose out on the whole picture of what it could mean. I'm getting that. Okay, open yourself up to as many forms of wealth and abundance that are possible and watch your blessings multiply. Always remember that focusing on what you do not have is a surefire way to feed the energy and make that your truth. Every day, watch for signs of abundance from the universe. Acknowledge and be thankful, thus encouraging the continual flow of energy. Remember, the universe will always, always, always provide you with what you need. And I put the extra always in there. I did that because that was my favorite word, is always. Okay, I'm taking a sip of tea. Hang on. Okay, so they are working on creating more of the good stuff, because I can tell you right now, they are, since it's accompanied with the surrender to the drama, no matter how emotionally charged the situation is, remain calm, don't contribute to the drama, stay centered, will help it resolve the issues more quickly. This is what they're having to surrender right now in their life. They got some drama going on. And I can tell you right now, with a bunch of drama, unless, I guess there's good drama sometimes, but most of the time, it is going to impact your perceptions of your blessings and what you have going on. So right now, this person is definitely having some major drama in their life, and it's impacting their ability to create abundance for themselves. And creating abundance is oftentimes what keeps people in separation. They don't feel like, oh my God, I just saw the 2222. I cannot believe that, which is like foundational. So that is a very important message that I just got, is that, people can't see the forest through the trees if they're sitting there in an unhappy situation, right? They're sitting there in a dramatic, very counterproductive situation, and the blessings are not coming, because they're not in a state of reception or receptiveness. So that's what, in terms your partner's looking for in terms of healing. What they need to let go is they need to surrender the drama in their life. So let's look right at that. If you're in separation, let's find out what major life theme, let's find out what major life theme your partner is going through right now, all right, that is impacting this drama. Let's find out what, and it could be anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be relationships. It can be, it can be a work thing. It can be a familial thing. And I'm sure it'll be a little of everything. Okay, the first thing is feeling complete. Let's see how this ties into what is their, what's the question again? What's the major life theme? Okay, what's going on right now? Come on, there we got a flip. Oh my gosh. There is something that is not right in paradise. Ball and chain. That's either emotional baggage, codependency, an unhappy marriage. They're addicted to something. And they're desiring so much this balance. All right. So they're in total conflict. I want this, but I got that. That's the first thing I'm getting. What else is going on in there? What is the major theme right now? Let's just take this. We got two. I'm going to do the same thing I did with the last one. All right, I've got two cards here, and I'm going to keep them because that's what I did in the last reading for you if you were in what do you want to say, in union. This was the secondary card, so I'm just going to go ahead and put this here. All right, well, we already kind of figured out. What's the theme? They're tied down with something. It's either an addiction, a codependency, they feel trapped, they've got a dark night of the soul going on because they've got a lot of emotional baggage, they're in an extremely unhappy marriage or relationship, and it sucks, okay? That's one of the things that's going on. And guess what that's creating? That is creating a bunch of drama. And what is it not creating? A bunch of abundance. So what has to be going on here is this healing is going on right now. And they know that they want to gain their centeredness and their equilibrium. And that's a word that just came to me. They want their equilibrium. They want the vibrant, happy life. They want to live a life where their dreams come true, and they are diametrically opposed to it right now. So there is some separation that's going on that doesn't have anything to do with you. Of course, it's never all you, but then again, it is kind of all you because you are completely creating a projection for this other person. But then they have their own little universe where they are projecting onto other people, including you. So very interesting dynamic of reality. But so going back to the question, because a lot of times I just have to bring myself back right to the question, what is the major theme that's going on that they're going through right now? All right, now there's another thing that's here, and it involves past lives. Okay, now I'm getting a couple of different messages. Some of them are dealing with past lives, with situations and addictions and things like that. Some are actually going through fertility, meaning they're actually like trapped with this other person because of some kind of birthing. Like there's someone, they've had kids with this person. Yeah, and this goes way back. This is roots, past lives, experiences with this. Okay, so that's kind of what's going on there. But they want the happy life. They want the life of comfort, leisure, center, and balance, and they got this. So let's dig more into that. Let's look at the cards, and let's say, what's the status of the karmic soulmate situation that they might have? Karmic or soulmate. I tend to think of everyone as being soulmates. They have connections. They've come in to teach each other things. All right, so what is the nature of... Oh, wow. Okay, so what's the status with this person that they might be in a relationship with, if they're in a relationship with anyone? It could be anything that they're dealing with. It could be their addictions. It could be, their codependency on, it could be a family member. It could be a child of theirs. It doesn't have to be a karmic relationship that keeps people from coming into connection. And I think that's a very important distinction to make. Here we go. Oh my God, we got absolute perfect timing. 2 freaking cards about perfection. I love these cards. Okay, so what's the status with this person or with this connection, this thing that they're dealing with the drama and they're dealing with the heaviness? They're getting divine intervention right now, okay? Everything is in perfect timing. Everything is absolutely lined up with the rainbows. This right here is going to help break that. Maybe that's why this huge month of October is going to be so important for everyone, okay? So let's look at this. Okay, so they are kind of stuck. Okay, they're kind of stuck, but they have purpose. They're driven. They want to get it done. The universe is sending them exactly what they need to move forward. Exactly. And here we go. Everything is perfect. Everything is just carefully aligned. It's exactly what needs to happen. Very precise. It's done by design in order to provide what is needed. So that right there is the status of what's going on with whatever it is in this connection. I think the key is they got to surrender the drama. They got to say, no more drama. All right, what do they want to tell you at higher levels? There's the cough. And I knew I probably could have waited a day or two to do this reading, but every ounce of my being said it's time to do this reading. And I was just like, okay, I'm a gamer. And I will just drink my tea if you guys don't mind me taking it. Okay, what do they want to tell you? Oh my gosh, okay. We had a bunch of cards, and I'm just going to take them, all right, because they're all jumping out. Now, I'm going to have to make room. So give me just a second to make room for these other cards. This is what they want to tell you, and I can already see it's a story. I can just feel the energy of this being a story that they want to tell you, so I am just going to tell the story. All right. See if I can make this. Oh my God. Oh my flippin' God. All right, we're going to do this in a really weird way because I don't have a lot of space on here, and this is a lot of cards. All right? So what we've got here. Okay. What would they like to tell you on higher levels? We are the true divine union. You are the love of my lifetime, and I am filled with love for you. All right? You are my home. You are my safety. You are my family. You are my comfort, and you are my shelter and my boundary. You are everything. Okay? This is like these 3 cards. All right? This is in my higher knowing. I'm telling you this. And there might be a difference between the inner and outer worlds right now, and I may be giving you silence, but understand that I have a bunch of stuff going on right now. I do believe everything is perfect. So if you were to catch me on a day and we were to talk, I would not be telling you how horrible my life is because I have perfect faith that all of this stuff is working out. But I can say that we are twin flames, soulmates. We are that one soul deep connection. Listen to this. Oh my God, I'm actually getting emotional. All right? So they're telling you that they have this connection with you and they know it. And it really doesn't matter if this is a twin flame, twin soul, soulmate, sacred partner. You know who you're talking about. They know who you are. This is 2 people, okay? So if you're not a twin soul, it doesn't matter. If you're watching this reading, the person that you feel is trying to tell you this, all right? And they're saying, you know, I feel like you are the source of inspiration for me. I feel like you are somewhat a fantasy in that I think of you as being the ideal. You are who I dream of. And sometimes I think you're an illusion because how is it possible for me to feel all this stuff? And have such a difference between my inner and outer world. But I would like nothing more than to publicly be with you as part of our society, as part of our community, all right? I don't like being, what do you want to say, subversive. I don't like keeping this all to myself, all right? They're keeping that all to themselves. So this is kind of what they're saying to you on the higher levels. And the Hanged Man, right? They're kind of feeling like they're upside down, you know? But the psychic abilities that Neptune brings, they're definitely feeling you. So I guess what I'm getting is the reason why they're telling you this. All right, and I'm going to bring these cards over here. The reason why they're telling you this is because, and I'm getting emotional. So, wow, okay. The reason why this message is coming through for you, whoever's watching this reading, someone is getting a very strong message here. The reason why you're getting this message is because you're blocking this connection. There is something about and you know what? This makes perfect sense because if you are in separation, your projection would be this stuff. Well, there's all kinds of reasons why this person can't be with me. So I'm just going to go over here and I'm going to kind of pretend that never existed, and I'm going to kind of push it away. And it might not even be conscious, you know? It might very much have to do with your divine feminine out of balance. Maybe this is for a lot of the people that are really heavily in their masculine. And they're like trying to take control and say, you know, I'm not going to go there. You know, I'm going to keep myself a little bit separated. This person is trying to say to you, please don't give up on me. Please don't give up on me. We are the heart connection and the home that you think we are. We are that one of a kind, you know, relationship, that the pair that belong together. And I fantasize about that. And I fantasize about being able to be with you. But listen, I'm trusting the perfect timing in all of this. And I know that whatever this is going to be gone because I'm dedicated to it. And I'm going to surrender that drama, and I am going to create the abundance of all this stuff, the stuff that I'm really looking for. This is what they're trying to tell you. So this is going to be kind of interesting because we've got, gosh, so many cards, and I'm going to see what I can do to kind of move some of this stuff up. I would like to, like I did with my other reading, I would like to charge up some of this stuff with some crystals that I think will help move things along. This is the message. And I want to keep these two Celtic knots in heart on the top, okay? This is kind of messy. The home. There's a lot of stuff here. We're going to do this. Let's amplify that message. And I want to amplify it from this standpoint, just to go off into the universe in all kinds of directions, okay? This is an important message for you to know. I'm going to give them some major clearing with this, all right? And we'll go ahead and put in some amethyst so that both of you are able to more easily work on stuff. Let's see. I am definitely going to use my my Aqua Aura sword, all right, to cut some of this energy that's kind of keeping you, you know, tied out of the wanting to be in union. You might think you want to be in union on an outer level and in your head, but there's something in your energy that's working against it. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that right on this this omen, because we got such a great sign coming in that all of this is changing. And the other thing that I want to do is I want to find something that I can use to clear. Where is it? Here. Let's clear up some of this the stress, because I feel like you're under stress. There's this level of stress at you in this particular period of time. All right, so we're going to look at a timing issue as well. We did the timing issue before, and we're going to do, I think I got all the timing issue cards here. I do? All right. So we're going to look at what is a timing issue that you need to be aware of, and what does it involve? Seven to 14 days. So this is in the next 1 or 2 weeks, and then we're going to find out what does it involve from both of your standpoints. What do you need to know? Oh, there's one right there. I'm taking it. Okay, there's love. That's on your side. Oh, okay. All right. Yep. Okay, I'm getting the information. Okay, on their side, what is this one week? Oh, there it comes. Wow. Both are planetary cards. I'm freaking out. This is so cool. All right, so the sign of Leo. We've got a 7 to 10 day. And that's what I'm taking, because we're talking about the next month. So we're talking 7 to 10 days. And what comes up? 2 planetary cards. We got Mercury, which is communication, and we've got love. All right? So, well, I'd say you just got a big, huge piece of communication right here from this person, okay? They're bringing through information to you. Now, let me see. This is Neptune energy, okay? This is Mercury energy. I was just trying to figure out where we were with this. Okay, so within the 7 to 10 days, it's possible to have all kinds of communication from this person. But guess what? You need to go into your loving heart. You need to go into your heart center. You need to say, I do not wish to be separating myself off anymore. Now, does that mean that that's going to change this stuff up here? Yes. Because if you honestly take away your blocks to wanting to be in communication, you can create that person to come in and communicate. It could happen within a 7 to 14 day period of time. The other timing is during the summer. So on the off chance that you are one of those, you may not hear from them until summer, July to August next year. I'm not thinking that though, because this is October and we're in October and we're asking about timing issues, and I take the 7 to 10. All right. But so anyway, so we've got the love relationship, the magnetism, the being in the place of the open-hearted, loving goddess, Venus. All right, so let's clear out some of this stuff. I love to play. Let's do this. Let's amplify the crap out of the goddess, right? And what is a communication? Communication. Oh. All right, I may not know this one. I don't think I do know what this one is. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give it, I'm not a total crystal expert or anything. I'm going to give it the transformation. I'm going to give it the butterfly. Let's make something happen here, people. Manifest this. Let's manifest this within the 14 days. But you got to do your work. And your work is let go of whatever it is. Just go in and find out, what am I doing that's keeping this person at bay? Because you're doing something. I don't know what it is, but you're doing something. All right? Or else they would be in contact with you. And I know that's a lot of responsibility to carry, but guess what? This is all about you. This is all about you. Your union is about you, and everything that shows up has to do with you. And until you realize that, you're just going to feel powerless. You know, you will feel powerless. But, and you can create whatever you want within reason. There's certain things that you have to live within certain rules, but we'll talk about that in another video. What is your higher self and your connection with the masters? What do you want? What information do you have? What's the message for this overall reading for you? What you should do with all this, okay? Let's find out what it is. Really like a jumper. That would be nice. I'd like to know that this is absolutely the card. There it is. Follow your heart. Okay? Follow your heart. You've just been given a bunch of information about you blocking your union in some form or fashion, okay? You've gotten a message from the divine counterpart. You know that there's stuff going on. You know that they've got stuff to work on, but you also know that they know that it's all in perfect timing. Everything is lined up. Whatever this situation is that's keeping you apart, okay? They have perfect faith in it. Perfect trust. This is still here. They're proceeding forward. They're looking to correct this whole thing with the drama stuff that they're going in. Now, you're being asked right now, is this true? Go into your heart. Look what we got. Go into your heart. It's right here. The answer is in your heart as to what needs to shift and change for you to summon forth that Mercury messenger of the gods to bring you the messages that you need. Okay? So you've got all the answers inside of you, and you are being told, follow your heart. And I think I'm just going to look and see if there was anything else I wanted to cover here. This was a very long reading. I hope that you enjoyed whatever messages came through. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to do a final summary here. And I'm just going to go back to camera. And I want to sum up this connection that we've had today. I was so connected with you who have been watching this video that I could feel your emotions. I could see some of your circumstances, and I have a message for you that I don't even know what it is, but higher self wants me to tell you something. This reading is extremely important for those of you who are on the catalytic heart awakening path for the very reason that October is an extremely important month. There are many global issues that are taking place right now. And for each and every one of you that listens to this video and gets to this point, you are going to get a message that you really need. And that is that you are an extremely important part of this entire shift and change that is happening in your month of October. So therefore, you really want to stay in your heart center. You want to go into your heart. You want to follow your heart. You want to eliminate whatever illusion you've got going on there and tune into the truth and the reality, which is these shifts that you've been waiting for, they're happening now. Okay? We are in a turn point. And each of you who have volunteered for this path, and you are being thanked by an entourage of all of your guides, your angels, the ascended masters, and all of the individuated, shall we say, beings who are of one collective, who are here to do a job. And you are being told right now that you are doing a fantastic job. You must keep going now. Do not give up. Do not surrender. Do not say, I cannot do this now. You can do this now. You have signed up to do this now. And even in getting this message, you are knowing that it is already accomplished and you have already done what needs to be done. So do not go into defeat in your mind and do not give up on those of us on the other side who would say you are handling all of this magnificently and we are here to support in all of these efforts. We had a message for Deborah during her QHHT session, and it is important that you receive this message now. There is a potential, and it runs from different time frames. The shorter end and the longer end, these are only controlled by you. We can do so much for you. You are given all the support that you are needed to have. But we cannot choose for you in your moment of now. We cannot choose for any of your moments of now. Those are your moments of now. And they are yours to choose wisely. And that is all we have for you today. Namaste. Well, I think that message was really clear. It's interesting because in my QHHT session, I had information come through. And yes, the energy felt that it needed to be said. So I just went with it. I hope it's inspirational for some of you guys that are, walking this really, really trying road. But the message is clear. We're making the shift. There's no going back now. So let's just do this, all right? Let's just do this. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for the time that you've spent with me. And I look forward to doing another video for you very soon. Namaste.